Hey guys, so while I am paddling to my next location on this lake, I figured I might as well have a little chat with you guys about cold water fishing. This is Mike McKinstry with Bassquatch Hunter TV, and this is fall time fishing. But this is when the temperature is dropping. The water temp was about 10 degrees higher last week. So it's been dropping pretty quick. So to me, this is fall weather fishing at its best. It really is. So right now I'm paddling to a new drop off because when I fish fall time, whether it is snowing outside or it just started getting colder out, what I do is I try to find the spot where the cold water and the warm water meet. So what I have found is that that spot is usually for me about 6 to 7 foot is my safe space. That's where I like to fish. So 6 to 7 foot is perfect for a square bill crankbait because it keeps the square bill crankbait about a foot off the bottom. If you're retrieving it a little bit faster, if you retrieve it slow and let it float up, you cover the middle of the water column. And then obviously if you slow it down even more, you can cover higher up in the water column. Square bill and bass. Just missed one. So when I miss a bite on my square bill, where I can feel it hit the back treble hook, I throw it right back out to where I was, and I'll do a slower retrieve right there and let the fish grab it. Look at that. So you slow it down a little bit, that way they don't miss the strike. Oh, it's a good fish. Oh, it's a good bass. Oh yeah. And that's why I like using the square bill. Eating square bills. It's a nice fat bass. Look at that. So this is why I throw square bill crankbaits in cold water fishing. For my cold water fishing, I throw 3 baits. I throw the Bassquatch Hunter pattern square bill from Burn Custom Baits. I throw a chatterbait from Zman Fishing Products, and I throw my Ned rig, 4-inch finesse worm in watermelon, which I've already landed like 4 fish on today, and that's also from Z-Man. So I throw that with a 10th ounce Ned lock head, and that gives me all 3 water columns. I get 4 to 6 foot down with my crankbait. I get the bottom with my Ned rig, and I get any depth that I want really with my chatterbait. But my chatterbait I throw usually in the above the weed beds, so in the shallow range, and I also let it hit the bottom like a jig and work it up on an angle, so it covers a lot of water. You can't beat cold water fishing. The fish put their feed bags on and it's on fire. That's square bill crankbait right on the drop off. Yeah, pike again. Woo! He came off. That's why I like using the Bassquatch Hunter square bill. 7 foot of water. Very little structure, and I'm throwing the square bill. A nice slow retrieve. So about a foot or less off the bottom. That's how I like to use my square bill the best, is where it's about a foot off the bottom or it's bouncing or grinding off the bottom. Those are the best situations for me, the way I like to fish my square bill. So if there's any fish on this drop off, I'm pretty confident my square bill is going to trigger them into striking. So with this big temperature drop in the water, the bass know that it's getting to that time of year where they have to stock up on their food because the ice is coming. Oh, I heard someone yell over there, so there's... Oh, there it is. So really mean upset pike grabbed my square bill. So that's what you'll get too. You get a nice pike with a square bill. Tells you where the fish are at least. Anyway, so I'm out here with two other guys, so there's fish being caught all around. I think we're all throwing Ned rigs and square bills. So I am definitely not the only one catching fish. So another important part of fall time fishing is using your electronics correctly. So I have my GPS and down scan on right now on my screen, on a split screen. So I am marking waypoints on the drop-offs that I want to target. So when the wind is drifting me off of them, which I want the wind to move me, the wind is actually helping me move very slowly. I'm moving at 0.5 miles an hour, so it helps me cover more of the drop-off and more area without having to work as much or paddle as much. So by me marking waypoints on my contour map, it allows me to know exactly where I'm casting into, and I don't have to go right on my waypoint. I can cast into my waypoint, which is what I like to do. I get close enough where I can cast to my waypoints, and it helps me locate the fish. It helps me get back on the fish too, so I can revisit a spot later in the day after fishing the rest of this entire lake. So use your electronics, use your contour maps, use your GPS, and make sure you mark your waypoint so you can find the spots again. A lot of spots will repopulate, especially this time of year when bass are hungry. Woo! Alright. It's another good bass on the square bill. Look at that bad boy. That's why I like fall time fishing with square bills. It's a beautiful fish. Oh yeah. There we go. That's a good bass. Oh, that's a good size bass. Oh, beautiful. Another one on the square bill. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys found some good information as far as fall time fishing, cold water fishing, and cold weather fishing. If you have any questions about the square bill bait that I'm using in this video, the Ned rig that I'm using in this video, or any other gear, including my rods, anything, look in the description below the video and you'll see links to all of the stuff that I use in my kayak. So you can easily click the link and go right to the website and see what I use and how I use it. For my square bill crankbait rod, I'm using an FX Custom Rods Extreme Angler Series 7-foot medium heavy fast spinning rod. I'm using that with 10-pound braid, and of course my Saber Outdoors retrieval device, so if I drop this in the water, then this will deploy and float up to the top so I can get my rod back so I don't lose my rig. So look in the description below. You can see where you can get the rod, where you can get the retrieval device, and where you can get the square bill that's been slaying the fish all day today. So give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and watch some other videos too. There's some really good information and good entertainment on this channel, and hopefully I'll be bringing you even more next year. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the water soon.